Hello, my name is Jason and welcome back to I Have a Story. Today for Use Your Thinker Thursday, I have a question, and I want people to really stop and think about this. We sit today and wonder why children, when they turn 18 and become adults, supposedly when they're supposed to become adults, why they're still children. Well, I look back over history and over time, and I see a day when children, while they still got to play and be kids, they were also working hand in hand with their parents. Doing chores, doing whatever the family did to make money, to earn a living. Children were learning every day how to live in the real world. They were learning real world skills. They were out there in the real world and being raised in it. I see a time now where children, parents, and this is what I see in much the common state of America. Now parents just want to give their kids toys and say, leave me alone. I gave you a toy, go play. Nope, I gave you a toy, go play. And even my parents were like that when we were kids, other than they didn't give us toys. They just opened the door and gave us the boot. Told us to get out of the house and come back when the sun set. Because they didn't want us around. Part of why I'm such the opposite. It's pushed me to be such the opposite, but I don't get the chance to be the opposite parent I want to be. So I want to ask you, you raised kids for 18 years to be a kid. And then you think the day they turn 18, you snap your fingers and they're just supposed to be adults. This world of ideology that we live in is really drowning America and our children and their future. So how do you expect a kid the day they turn 18 to become an adult when you've treated them for 18 years to be a child? You treated them like a child and not an adult. And it's a totally different thing, today's mindset that people have, so many people. That's wrong, you can't make a kid work. Well, what are you doing with your electric car and everything that has a battery in it? Do you know what you're doing with that? You're making a child work. I'll be sharing those videos very soon. I didn't think about it to add it into this. I sit down and I totally wing this. This is what I want to talk about. Oh, my back hurts. This is what I want to talk about, and I come out and talk about it. And if you really think that, here, I can go back in and just put a caption in, or I might even add a link to this video right here to show you where your batteries come from. If you think that having kids working in gardens and planting seeds and picking fruits and vegetables and raising animals is cruelty, because you look at that as work, that's one of the whole views that has changed in America. You never know the good without the bad, and it's part of why I believe we have bad, because without bad there'd never be any good. If all we had was good, there'd be something bad out of that good, and good would become bad, because you have to have something that makes a separation. Part of the soft mindset that has come into Americans today is that work is work. Part of it is because you don't enjoy what you're doing. Part of it is there's so many jobs today that there is not at the end something that makes you feel proud, something that makes you feel accomplished. Whether you recognize it or not, it holds true for everybody who has a job that you don't feel it. I could never have a desk job because I don't feel accomplished by pushing buttons and seeing an empty screen or moving a stack of paper from one side to another. I don't feel accomplished in that. Part of that's just me, but part of that is people. So I want to ask, we spent 18 years raising our children to be children, but then think we snap our fingers the day they turn 18 and tell them to spread their wings and fly. I'm going to be sharing stories of the people that I see today. Right now we still have a few more weeks before the season wraps up, and here things are very seasonal. And we got just a few more weeks and I'll be bringing these people on. The horses you see me care for. I've talked about this family. I praise this family. Their kids work together with them hand in hand since the day they were born. And I'll tell you what, they've been homeschooled. and they have the best values, the best morals, the best work ethics out of any child I've seen, and I couldn't tell you how long. I've already talked about the girl who at 15 years old, 15 years old, had already spent roughly, give or take, 10 grand on bought 3 horses of her own and bought an F-250 diesel and paid it off. Well, guess what? This year at 16, what does she do with her money? She bought a Chevy diesel. Still has her Ford, just wanted another truck and a big, jacked up, beefy one. And she's buying another horse and a Harley at 16 years old. How many can say that about your children? No, they're still at 16 years old holding their hands out going, Mommy, Daddy, give me. But then also the downside to that whole world is when, you know, the sanctity was supposed to be that you raise your children when they needed you, and then when you get old, your children take care of you when you needed them. That is not what happens anymore, is it? Yay, society again. Yay, this modern world again. How can I take care of you? I need to be taking care of me. Can't take care of you when I've got to go play and play and play and play and work and work and play. I don't have time for you. And then we wonder why these kids don't want to work. You've taught them for 18 years to go play. Child mentality is what raises them to be adults and where they're headed and geared into adulthood. And you just told them to go play and play and play, so that's what they've learned. And we wonder today why kids just want to play. Do you see it? Please like and subscribe and share. I don't say this enough. I need to get heard and try to grow and build a community here. I wish I could do a better job at my end of it, but I'm trying, and with all my struggles, it's a struggle every day, even just to come out here in front of a camera and keep continuing doing this. But think about that. 18 years, you tell your kid to go play. The day they turn 18, you tell them to become an adult. You don't just snap your fingers and magic happens.